music session, as you can tell. It's going to be fun. Some of you know Miss Jaymee, some of you don't. This is Miss Jaymee Dodd. She graduated last year from Reinhardt, and now she is a part of the graduate program. Hey, come on. And Jaymee teaches at Calvin Primary, and she teaches kindergarten through second. Great. And she's also the vocalist for the jazz band this year. And this is her mom, Miss Joy Dodd. And Miss Joy Dodd teaches at Sonoraville Elementary School in Calhoun. And she has had some of our student teachers, so she's a big supporter of our program. And I'm going to turn it over to them. We have some certificates for you, ladies. All right, so if you will give them your attention.
Absolutely. All right. It's early in the morning. I know that. But boys and girls, our day starts even earlier than this, so you've always got to have a positive outlook on everything. My name is Jaymee Dodd. Miss Dodd, if you would like to call me. Some of the little ones call me Miss Dot. And I'm so excited to be here and to be showing you what Reinhardt provided for me and how I can implement it into my classroom. This is my mother, Joy Dodd. We're going to do a little introduction for you today. Let's pretend that we are actually in the classroom and that you are many, many years younger, okay? So I will come in and say, good morning, boys and girls. Please say good morning, Miss Dodd.
Good morning, Miss Dodd.
That was wonderful. Can we try it again?
Good morning, Miss Dodd.
Even better, yes. Here we go. Are you ready to get started on this music day? 2 thumbs up if you are. Wonderful, hands down. All right. We are going to do an opening movement activity, so go ahead and stand up for us. We're going to be doing a lot of moving, a lot of playing instruments. That's why there are no chairs out and about. So get ready to get away this morning. And we feel so blessed to be here because music is the best part of our day and the kids' day. Here we go. Kindergarten through second grade music, which is the best, in my opinion, grade for me personally. You'll figure out what's best for you, but this is what's best for me. So if we'll go to the next slide, please. Yes, today we're going to do a lesson from each grade level. I'm going to do one from kindergarten, 1 through 1st, and one for second grade. The first one that we are going to do is Let's Ride on a Musical Roller Coaster. Now, I'm not going to teach you like I do the kindergartners. I'm actually going to tell you about it so you can have these concepts to teach and these ideas to teach in your own classroom. Then we're going to do the activities ourselves. What I like to do with this activity is teach the concept of upward and downward sounds and motion, implementing them in the way that our body moves. Also, I like to use a lot of differentiated approaches. Who knows what differentiated approaches is? Jeremy.
Changing how you teach something to match the students, I understand.
Exactly. And do you just do it in one way or do you do it in many ways?
As many as you can.
As many as you can, yes. And I try to implement that especially from the get-go, from kindergarten through second grade. Also, using positive reinforcement at any time possible. I have brought a couple of my words from my classroom. As reward time for the very end of the class, they have to earn these throughout music. So can everyone please say them with me? Say wow.
Wow.
Super.
Super.
Oh, okay. Now say great.
Great.
Absolutely. Positive reinforcement, especially at this age, is so important. And always keep that in mind. Also, for kindergarten, modification, modification, modification. They are 5 years old. Some of them maybe 6. It just depends. They are still very, very young, and you got to make sure to modify for their age. And to tie the lesson into an everyday subject, we are going to be doing roller coaster today, something that they can relate to, okay? So, any questions about how I am going to teach this lesson for you today? Any questions whatsoever? Okay, here we go. Get in the mind frame of a 5-year-old. We are now in kindergarten. Think back to when you were in kindergarten, and here we go. Boys and girls, I have 2 pictures right here. This arrow is going what way? Someone raise their hand for me, please. What way is this arrow going? Can everyone show me with your bodies? Up. Wonderful. Now can you say the word up?
Up.
Beautiful. Now put your hands down. I may have just given you my second word. Which way is this arrow pointing? Yes.
Down.
Everyone show your hands going that way. Wonderful. And say the word down, please.
Down.
All right. So boys and girls, our 2 special music words of the day are up. Everyone say up.
Up.
And down.
Down.
We are actually going to take a musical ride on a roller coaster today to help us learn a little bit more about up and down. Now, boys and girls, let me ask you a question. Raise your hand, please. Why did I pick a roller coaster for our 2 special words? Why did I pick a roller coaster? Yes, ma'am.
Because a roller coaster goes up and down.
Exactly. Goes up and down. So here we go. I need from Jeremy over to this side to make a straight line, one right after the other, please. Straight line. Here we go. Give me my first one up front. Okay. We're getting ready for a musical roller coaster. Same thing with this side, please. One right after the other.
Not this. We fight that out to be allowed.
I took the boots. I don't like the back. I prefer middle. Now, let's review, boys and girls, what we need to listen for sounds going up and down. Close your eyes for me and listen to the sounds that you hear. Decide if it sounds like the music is going up or if the music is going down. Listen for just a moment, please. Open your eyes. Raise your hand. What did you hear, boys and girls? Raise your hand. What did you hear? Yes. It went down. Does everyone agree? 2 thumbs up if you agree. Wonderful. Thumbs down. Close your eyes one more time. What about this? Open your eyes, please. Raise your hand. What did you hear the music doing that time? Yes, young man. Definitely. Wonderful. All right, boys and girls, are you ready to go on our musical roller coaster today?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Here we go. Before we do, though, we need to add something. We need to add the scarves. So I need our first 2 people in our group to come here, please, and hand out 1 scarf. They're right over there. To everybody. And the kids love this. This is something that they absolutely can relate to. And another thing that I also tell them to do is to pretend like you're strapped in and you're ready to go, hands tight on the front of the roller coaster. Okay? Because you got to remember, this is 5 years old. This is kindergarten. Dr. Gregory, would you like to be part of our musical roller coaster?
You know, I would, but I'm going to have to leave.
You would. Yeah, right.
No, you took the purple.
It's too complex for me.
I'll take the orange.
Beanbags, if we do a group beanbag.
I told you blue, but
I mean, everybody.
you didn't get those blue. Wonderful.
Snagged it. I couldn't do that.
All right, boys and girls, in both hands, hold your scarf and hold it in your lap for me, please. All right, we're going to do it 2 times. The first time, I need for us to sit down. The second time, we're going to stand up. But boys and girls, how are we going to know if the music's going up or down? Oh, what did you just say? Listening. Okay, here we go. Will you start the music, please, Miss Dodd? That's okay. And see, sometimes this happens. You got to keep them engaged. Always, always.
You know, gang, this is exactly what your classroom.
Why is it speaking? Keep listening. And it's skipping. Wonderful. And let's stop it. Sometimes that'll happen and you just gotta keep going. Okay? So, don't know why it's skipping today, but sometimes that will happen, okay? And you just got to roll with it. Absolutely, okay? So that is a great lesson to do for kindergarten. I need y'all to take up the scarves again while they're taking them up. Any questions, comments, anything whatsoever about this lesson?
Comments that are not kindergarten, you're not kindergarten.
No, we're not kindergartners. We're back in our own
These are adult questions now.
adult questions. Because I want you all to understand too, I am coming from the point of view that I was just where you are last year. Okay, so any questions whatsoever that you want to ask me throughout this presentation, absolutely great with me. All right, next slide, please. All right, you are 1 year older. Yay. You are in first grade.
Is this the class I mentioned the other day, first grade?
No, that was kindergarten.
Kindergarten, okay. Rawr.
That was kindergarten. This is first grade. And first grade to me is a wonderful grade to teach, but it's also kind of difficult because some of them still have the mind frame of a kindergartner. Some of them are older in their mindset and think like a second grader, sometimes even a third grader. So it's kind of hard for first grade, but it can be so rewarding as well. The concept I'm going to use with our song, Autumn Leaves, since it's now the season of fall, is loud and soft and call and response. You can do multiple concepts at one time and not even realize it. That's the glory about music. It's almost impossible to just focus on that one concept without touching upon others at the same time. Differentiated approach to teaching, once again, I'm very big on reinforcing that, and it is very effective with my students. Incorporating instruments. In a minute, I'm going to hand out instruments, show you some techniques in which classroom management you can use for instruments in your classroom. I'm going to also use one of the ORC instruments. Positive reinforcement, once again, always, always, always say, great job. That was really good. You know, I'm proud of you for answering that question. Because you want this to be the best part of their day, boys and girls. You want it to be their best part of their day. Tie the lesson into an everyday subject. Autumn leaves. The leaves are changing outside. They're falling down. The kids can relate to that. Also, my classroom management technique, instrument hugs. Take a guess. What do you think instrument hugs means? I'm just curious. Exactly. I came up with this idea, and it was very effective during student teaching for me, and it's very effective now for my class. Kristen, can you hand me one of those bells? It doesn't matter which one. So, pretend you are now 6 years old, maybe 7, it just depends, okay? And I hand you an instrument. What are you naturally going to do with it? Exactly. And imagine having 22, I have a class of 28 at one time during the day, and all of them are doing this. So you tell them, boys and girls, as soon as you get your instrument, give it a nice hug close to your heart because we love music. And what does this do for the instrument? It softens the sound. And it keeps them still, and it keeps them, though, still intact with it and still active with the process because the kids want to hold it. If it's sitting down in front of them, they're going to be like, I have to touch this instrument. So it keeps them and it keeps their focus on me. Okay? Any questions about the activity we are about to do? Okay? You may find any spot on the floor that you would like. Spread out any spot you want. Any spot whatsoever. And see, I can't say this to my first graders, or they'll go behind my desk.
They have pretty much assigned seating areas. Seating's on little butts on it because they got to.
Yes. And two, you got to understand at the primary level, I don't have chairs. I don't have desks. Anything. We have an oval-shaped carpet and a big floor. And so I usually let my girls sit on the front of the carpet, the boys sit on the back in a straight line, okay? So, boys and girls, let me ask you a question. Now outside, is it really hot and ready to go to the beach? Are we ready to go to the beach?
No.
What about, is it snowing outside?
No.
It's not snowing? What about It's getting cold out. It's called fall. Boys and girls, can you please say fall?
Fall.
Wonderful. Now, can you say it a little bit softer for me? Say fall. Now, can you say it a little bit louder?
Fall.
Wonderful. And stop. Now, boys and girls, if you remember from last week,
They won't stop.
no, they won't stop. Very rarely if I do that. Okay, so our fall leaves. Last week we learned what this little letter right here means. What does it mean, boys and girls? Piano, which means what happens? Do I come over here and I play this piano? I do. Really? Well, maybe. But the piano can make different sounds. And this happens to be a letter to show one of those sounds. What type of sound? Soft. Okay. What about this? Loud. Okay, forte or loud. Everyone say soft. Loud.
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 Very, very, very good. Now, I need for you two to come be my helpers. Yes, come here, please. Okay, please hand out.
Scott, you have 2 saxophone players.
Please hand out one set of bells to everybody. I hope I have. And boys and girls, when you get your bells, do you start playing them? No. We give them instrument hugs, okay? This is very effective for the little ones. Very effective. Very good. And they feel kind of that actual connection to the instrument, okay? Now, the concepts that I'm going to teach with this lesson, I'm talking to you once again like the normal age that you are. I'm going to teach loud and soft, which is implementing from the last lesson, and call and response, echoing. Because at this age, it is very difficult to give a child one of these instruments and them to be able to play it successfully. I, on the other hand, can start showing them how to play it and let them hear the different sounds, and they can incorporate using other instruments to start that process. Because think about how old they are, okay? You may put your instruments down on the ground. Very good. Normally they do that with first graders. They start playing with them, but you can, okay? Be my echo, please. Autumn leaves are falling. Leaves are falling. Change octaves. Nights are growing chill. Nights are growing chill. Good. Maple leaves are turning red. Maple leaves are turning red. Along the hill. Along the hill. Very simple. Short song, okay? Call and response. Also using their singing voices. Also getting the different tonalities into the ear, okay? Be my echo one more time. My turn first, please. Autumn leaves are falling. Autumn leaves are falling. Nights are growing chill. Nights are growing chill. Maple leaves are turning red. Maple leaves are turning red. Along the hill. Along the hill. Beautiful. Now, the first time that we sing it, we are going to sing forte. What does forte mean? Loud. Okay. Second time we sing it, we are going to sing it piano. What does piano mean? Soft. See, there you go. Exactly. And the kids will do that. Once you implement that into them, you say forte loud instead you say piano soft. That's another way of differentiated approaches, okay? Absolutely. Here we go. First time, we are going to sing it loud. Now, remind them with singing, loud, you have to use your singing voice. Because kids will want to go, autumn leaves are falling, and yell it at you for loud. So make sure to tell them, please use your singing voice. By this time, they should have been introduced to at least the basic differences of how to use their voice. Okay, here we go. Boys and girls, let's start forte. My turn, your turn. Be my echo. Autumn leaves are falling. Autumn leaves are falling. Nights are growing chill. way, playing them to the same rhythm that you were singing, okay? So pick them up for me, please, at this time. Wonderful. Here we go. Let's have a practice run. Be my echo. Autumn leaves are falling. Autumn leaves are falling. Nights are growing chill. Nights are growing chill. Good. Maple leaves are turning red. Maple leaves are turning red. Along the hill. Along the hill. Wonderful. Now, I know you're probably like, oh, it's very simple. But your first grader, they think that they have done the most wonderful job. And then if you do the next part, which I'm about to tell you about, it makes their entire day. Okay, boys and girls, we are now going to perform for our audience. They love puppets. I keep them up there on the front of my room with the signed audience, and they know that's the audience, and it is time to perform. So stand up, please, in your spot. Feet flat on the floor, glued to the floor. Okay, very good. Let's perform for our audience, and as I always tell my students, music is fun, so when we are performing, we need to enjoy it. How do we show that we're enjoying music?
Smile.
Here we go. My turn, your turn. This is the big moment. Autumn leaves are falling. Autumn leaves are falling. Nights are growing chill. Nights are growing chill. Maple leaves are turning red. Maple leaves are turning red. Along the hill. Along the hill. Autumn leaves are falling. Autumn leaves are falling. Nights are growing chill. Nights are growing chill. Maple leaves are turning red. Maple leaves are turning red. Along the hill. Along the hill. Wonderful. Hug your instrument and sit down crisscross applesauce. Okay? And that works. You don't have to sit down crisscross applesauce. Okay? But that is a great, effective lesson for first grade. And actually, depending on the maturity level of your kindergartners, I've done that with a few kindergarten classes too. They have been able to do it. Just very few, okay? Can y'all take the bells up for me one more time? Take them up and just put them on the table for me. Thank you. While they are picking them up, any questions about this age?
Yeah, the question, it's important. I know you're thinking there's nothing to this. I can go out and have it in the elementary school tomorrow. Well, you probably might be able to have one, but control the class, get them involved, keep them engaged for how long? 45, 50 minutes?
My second grade and first grade classes are an hour each.
That's an eternity for that age kid. That's an eternity. That's really 3 TV shows.
Kindergarten,
TV shows last about 20 minutes, so you got really a challenge to keep them control.
Yeah, first grade is the hardest because you have them. I have them for an hour. Think about the age. That age that we just did, first grade, for an entire hour. Question?
I have a question.
Yeah, I love questions.
Do you think of these things on your own, or do you have like a certain method or something that you use to come up with these ideas for the lessons?
I have a curriculum. I don't really stick by it all that much. I look at the main concepts that they're wanting to do sequentially, and then I come up with the ideas on my own. I research. I try to tie into, like, it's fall right now. I did this around the first day of fall was one of the first times that I did it, and that way the kids could be like, oh, I have a song about this. And I literally was walking down the hall one day, and the kid was singing Autumn Leaves. I heard him just humming Autumn Leaves. And it really affects them that way. But yes, I definitely stick by some sort of outline as far as the concepts, because I'm a first-year teacher. I want to make sure that they're getting what they're getting. And you would think most of the time people that write curriculum would know sequentially what concepts they need to learn for what age. I'm still learning more so with experience myself. But as far as activities, yes, I come up with them on my own.
And you also, by the way, remember our motto, steal the best, make up the rest. That's why you go to workshops. That's why you see master teachers doing these things. You think everything comes with your classroom. All these little stick-on words don't show up. You've got to either come up with them on your own, pay for them, get school funds, something. And one of the reasons these two ladies are doing clinic at GMEA is master teacher, first-year teacher. Of course, Jamie's living in the same house with the master teacher. That serves as a resource most of us do not have on a regular basis. But you go to others, you look around, you ask, you watch when there's a presentation. You go to that presentation, you think, What a great idea to have an audience. Never thought about that. Walking down the hall, I never thought about that. I mean, just, they're everywhere. The ideas are everywhere. Somebody's a question over here.
Yes,
Um,
yeah, love it.
Are there any things that, that you didn't really anticipate having difficulty with, like anything that just kind of came up on the spot, like either in your student teaching or like now that you're actually on your own?
That's a very good question. The everyday, practical, common things, because you think when you're planning a lesson, okay, I have X number of time to teach these kids this lesson. I have all these activities. You don't think, Miss Dodd, I have to go to the bathroom. Miss Dodd, they all have to go to the bathroom. Things like that. You got to plan for interruptions. They're kids.
And there's also this thing, Jamie, I thought you were going to say something along this line. What we're teaching the kids not necessarily learning. They're not even hearing necessarily. I was over in Jamie's room, kindergarten. They were having a great time. It was a great lesson, doing all this, doing all that. And I was at the back of the room, just been there for a while. They were working. She said, "Are there any questions?" She said, "Yes, we do." "Who is that?" I mean, all the kids. Class is cratered immediately. It's like we're doing loud, soft, steady beat, steady beat. And you're thinking these kids are really a lot of kids to me. Who is that in the back of the room? So yes, Nick, every day, all day long.
Yeah.
Unexpected.
Absolutely. You got to keep them engaged. Absolutely. Any other questions real quick? Yes.
Do you teach more than like one lesson or one different concept?
Concept. That's a good idea. I only teach 3 grade levels, and I teach 2 classes of each grade level. So I teach 6 classes a day, and I do the same concept for kindergarten, a different concept for first, and a different concept for second. So I'm teaching 3 concepts throughout the course of a day. But when I was student teaching, I taught kindergarten, actually pre-K. No, I'm not gonna go there. I taught pre-K through 5th, and I had a different lesson for every single level.
Like when, if you're with the second graders, do you like do one big concept with many activities?
Yes, yes. I focus, yeah, exactly right. Sorry, I didn't understand the question at first. Yes, I take one concept and I do a movement activity. We sing, we play instruments, we do a lot of body movement. Yes, I try to implement that. I implement a lot by stories. I will take books and I will implement the concepts with stories. Don't overwhelm them. Don't try to teach too many concepts at one time. The most I would try to teach is 2 concepts at one time. Of course, I have most of mine for an hour, so you can successfully do that. But I would focus on one concept, but do it in many different ways. And the kids don't even realize that you're staying on the same concept half the time. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But as long as you keep them interested and keep that learning engaged in their heads, they're good to go, because they're learning whether they realize it or not. Okay. So here we go. One more quickly with me. I'm running out of time. Second graders. Right now, my school requires me to do 3 musicals, 1 with each grade level. Second grade, I cast yesterday. It's all up and done. So with second grade, I've been working a lot on their musical things, but I've also been trying to tie in concepts through that and review concepts from previous years. So I'm going to do a fun activity that I use for reward time that also instills steady beat, and that you can do for form with this next activity, okay? Mom, next slide, please. Oh, you got it. Oh, wonderful. Rockin' Robin, okay? Second graders, they're the oldest in my classroom. Second grade's a good grade. Second and third were my favorite student teaching. Second now has become my favorite grade because they're mature enough you can actually start doing things with them, but they don't have attitudes yet, most of them, okay? They still love you and they love music. So what I'm going to do with you today is an activity with Rockin' Robin. The concept is steady beat. And you can also tie in form. I'm not going to tie in form today just because of time's sake. But when the music changes, make the kids aware, okay, this has changed. Does it sound the same or different? Okay, and you can talk about form that way. Positive reinforcement, again, differentiated approaches to teaching. This goes without say, instruments and body movements. I'm going to show you these in a minute. Classroom management techniques, okay? The biggest thing, let me get some of my rhythm sticks that I have learned from firsthand. Kids love these things. But they can also be extremely tempting to go hit somebody with. These are second graders. You gotta understand there's 7-year-old, 8-year-old, whatever, okay? So one thing that I have them do is when I hand them the instruments, what are you naturally going to want to do with it? Okay? These, you hold them like this in your lap. Okay? Absolutely. And you got to be very careful with things like this because the kids can get hurt, but they love them so, so, so much, okay? So any questions about what we're going to do with Rockin' Robin? Okay. You enjoying yourself? We having fun?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Everyone, and sometimes you'll have to change things up in the middle of the lesson. You'll have to stop for a minute. Please sing. Let me turn it around so I can sing. This is fun. This is fun. And sometimes if they do something really good, please sing, I am proud. I am proud. Okay? That reinforces sound and reinforces positive behavior, okay? Absolutely. You got to think of these little things. And the more creative you can be, the better. Figure out what works for you. I've totally figured out what works for me, I think. I change it from day to day. But the main things I have, okay? So let's get a circle, please. Big circle. Big circle. It's circle time, as I tell my kids. Circle time. As much as you can get in a circle, I mean, I understand. I'm sorry for those that are in dresses. I'm so sorry. Okay. I need 2 volunteers, and everyone will go, me, 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 me. They all will, okay? You too. All right. Please hand everyone a set of rhythm sticks. Now, boys and girls, if I see you playing them, they all go away. And that's very important. I do take up instruments. If they start playing them, we don't play. They know very seriously. If they start playing, they're done. It goes up, okay? Because you've got to keep structure in your classroom. Got to keep structure, okay? And they don't have to match. They don't have to match. Just hand them out. Okay? While they're handing out, any other questions? Mom, I promise I'm hurting. Can you tell this is my mother, everyone? And with this age too, visual cues are fantastic. Visual cues are fantastic. Okay? All right. And normally I wouldn't go ahead and hand these out. Normally I would wait, but because of time's sake and because of the maturity level of all of you, I know that I can do this, okay? So very quickly, listen and follow along, ladies. Okay? And getting on their level. We'll have me a spot right here. Okay? Do what Miss Dodd does, please. Come right here. Here we go. As I tell them, sweet smiles on your faces. That's exactly what I tell them. Because even though you have maybe the it's okay. You still need to have that positive reinforcement. It's a steady beat, showing it in many ways, okay? Follow Miss Dodd. They love this. You've got to instill that in the kids. You've got to make them love music. And you can do that. But the best approach I found is that positive reinforcement. At the end of every class, I have them line up at the door and I look at all of them and I say, I'm proud of you. Keep on the positive reinforcement because you want them to love music and you want them to love the job that they have done in music, even if they've been terrible. If someone has changed their behavior just a little bit to the positive side, tell them that. I'm very proud of you for changing your behavior today. Okay? Because our main goal as teachers is to instill that love for music. Okay? And for you to enjoy it yourself. Okay? That's my part of the presentation. We'll take like a 2-second or 2-minute break, okay? You can stand up, walk around, and we'll let Mama get set up, okay? Yay! Stop. Set up for just a minute. Okay. We're going to resume in just about 2 minutes. Sorry, Mama went so long. What? Jeremy, what are you doing? Jeremy is actually under the desk in chairs. I think these little kids sing, and that happens. My maturity level has gone down a lot. You're teaching. I'm just kidding. It's wonderful.
And it's going to be interesting concept. It doesn't need to change every day. Like every week. Like I really like what I'm doing with internet. Like I'm still maybe this is part 2.
Are you tired, Jeremy?
And now we're going to skip again.
Oh, and I forgot to show y'all very quickly. Y'all got to see this. They love puppets. For his kindergarten for listening ears, his name is Ears. Say hi, Ears.
Hi, Ears.
Okay, and he talks, hello, everybody. And he says, put on your listening ears. Okay, and then they put on their listening ears. They love puppets for that age. Forgot to show you Ears. It's 50-cent puppet from the dollar store. Okay.
It's so much fun.
So definitely.
We're playing baseball now to D minor symphony. Jeremy, you are the problem child.
What do you do for that? Jeremy?
I don't think she heard you, though.
He thinks he's dreaming. He thinks he's running.
Please don't make a mess up there.
I'm just going to the dab it. Is that your beeper holder? Looks like a beeper holder.
They might have folders, I'll just leave it. I'm not gonna make a mess
I'm
of
all
it.
well seen it.
Down sign will sit.
I'm just going to set this up. Y'all don't love all this stuff. I learned from the best. I think my mom helped.
We make this.
Oh my gosh, we so need to make it over there.
Big Rex and big.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
And look at the activity she's gonna do with it. You could probably use that. And even if your performance and you're gonna teach privately, a lot of this stuff you could try to implement, change it a bit. You can implement it into that too.
Which is what you just did.
Which is what I just did.
We're ready, baby.
Let's see.
All right.
About 5 minutes.
You can go however long you need to go. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine. It was great.
Wait, I got talking.
Real? I'd like to, first off, let's give a big hand to Jaymee. Miss Dodd.
Everyone calls me Miss Dodd.
We're going to talk about 3rd through 5th grade. I'm going to do this in a very quick way, so just listen closely. First off, my goal is that music is the best part of their day. If they get up that morning and they say, oh good, today I go to music.
Because in addition to being a music teacher, I'm called a specials teacher, you know. And as a specials teacher, I want that time with them to be very, very special. I am very big on encouragement, not discouragement. I want to find something that child does well and encourage them to keep on doing it. Now today we're going to talk about quarter, half, and whole notes. What is a marching band? Who wants to tell me what a marching band is? Yes, Jeremy.
It's a band that marches.
A band that marches, okay. Well, did you know that marching band has to know how to read music? They have to know about quarter notes, half notes, and whole notes. Stand up, please, and let's do an activity together.
Come on.
Now, if we had a larger room, we would actually march around the room. But since we've got a limited space, we're just going to march in place. Listen closely as I direct you. First off, echo me. Quarter, 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 quarter. Quarter, 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 quarter. Half note, half note, half note, half note. Whole note, hold it. Whole note, hold it. Get ready to march in place. To sing back an interval, or share with me a composer that they're enjoying, or share an instrument that they've enjoyed learning about, maybe what music family. So let's do roll call now. Today we're working on the interval. Let's sing that together. Ready? Are you here, Mary? And then Mary would sing, yes, I am. Are you here, Jeremy? Yes, I am. Are you here, Kristen? Yes, I am. Are you here, Nick?
Yes, I am.
Phenomenal job in music the last few weeks that we're going to play a game to build on the prior knowledge that we've already learned. Let's let this group be Team Bravo. And who are we going to have as a team captain? Who wants to be our team captain?
They all raise their hands.
All right. You're going to be our team captain today. And Team Encore. Who's going to be our team captain over here? I saw your hand first. So you get to be our team captain. Now, Team captains, as we get a point or a quarter note, half note, or whole note, raise up your sign and we'll all cheer loudly, okay? Let's begin. What's your name? Sydney, come on up. You're going to begin for Team Bravo. Now, Sydney. Now, Sydney, we've been studying quarter, half, and whole notes. You're going to stand behind this imaginary line. You normally would have a piece of tape here. And you're going to decide if you want to get 1 point for your team, which would be the quarter notes, 2 points for your team, which would be the half notes, or 4 points for your team, okay? So, really, you have the possibility of getting 16 points for your team. But after you get points, you get to notate it on the board. So, here you go.
Imaginary line.
Almost.
Yes, she got a whole note.
Yes, she did.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Whole note. And a half note. Awesome. Now, team on court. What's your name? Nikki. Let's get some points for Team Encore.
And you can imagine they get really competitive.
Yeah.
Wait.
And sometimes they even get out pom-poms.
Come on, Nikki.
So, yes, that counts because it's touching.
They had different bags.
And she's going to rotate. Right, let's give her a hand. Now, in a classroom setting, of course, everyone's going to get a turn. And your notation is going to be quite long. After we finish, we're going to all clap the rhythm that we have created. 1, 2, ready, go. Hold note, hold it, half note. And we're going to stop right there because that's all that we have on that line. Now, team on court. 1, 2, ready, go. Hold note, hold it, hold note, hold it, half note, half note. We would make a big production out of, both teams. Now, I'm big on that. Even though one team might have a higher score, I encourage both teams because we're here to learn. We're here to have fun and learn about music. To tie up this lesson, to finish, I would give out scarves. So I'm going to quickly. Actually, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to explain what we would normally do. Okay, I would turn on an instrumental selection. And there's no need. And then I would ask everyone to show quarter notes this way. Quarter, depending on what the tempo is. Half notes would be half note, half note, half note. They love that. Half notes their favorites. Whole note, hold it, hold note, hold note. So.
Let me at least put the music on. I want you to show them.
Okay.
She's doing this to supercalifragilistic.
Awesome.
Which they would love.
But you can use
Anything.
so many. Yeah.
I just think you should show them. I love this one.
Okay. We listen to the tempo. going to hold. Hold note. Okay, everybody got it? All right. Okay. So that's one that you could use for third grade, but you could use it for fourth or fifth as well. Fourth grade, I plan to show you about music stations. Since we're kind of running out of time, I have them set up over here, and I'll be glad to share some information with you afterwards if you'd like. Music stations are they're a valuable tool that can be used to teach a lot of different concepts. Fifth grade, I chose to talk about theme and variations. I first gave a definition, and then I wanted the students to hear an actual theme. And I played something very simple. And to show them the change, I might do this. Foundation of the house. So I'm going to put this up there and start the music. And things like this will happen. Oh yes. This is our main theme. Stop it there, because at this point you realize then we can do this, we can do this. I mean, there's all kinds of things we can do. And then to assess their knowledge, then I would give the students all those different pieces, the foundation, the roof, the door, the windows, and I would let them then listen and show me. Okay? All right. If I can wrap it up, I would say encourage, encourage, encourage. That to me is such a major, important part of teaching music, is to make them feel that they are very successful at it. And they are. They are. Music's that wonderful subject that is so phenomenal to teach and to learn. Let's give Miss Jaymee a big hand again.
Orchestra session starts at 10 o'clock in the band room, so make your way downstairs.